Alright guys, here's my review of House of Dragon Season 2. I'm going to be going over my ranking and the characters that impacted the story the most, what I liked and what I disliked. Alright, first off, let's go over the intro because it did a time skip, so the last episode in season 1 ended where Rhaenys was on her dragon threatening Aegon from being king because the Hightowers took over. So in episode 1 of season 2, there's a time skip and Rhaenyra is now living with the Velaryons. And it's pretty cool because, she technically is a queen there in her own right, but she wants the throne. That's Rhaenyra's whole thing, is she wants the throne. She wants to rule as her father had instructed her to, because when her father died, he named her his heir. So she has the rightful place on the throne. All right, next, going over some subplots. It was very... There's a lot of things that could have been cut out based on that it took too long to get to the plots, and there was a little bit of a pacing issue throughout this whole season. Let's first go over the major subplot of the blacks versus the greens. So what happens is that both sides need more people to fight for them. So the Hightowers are recruiting the Lannisters and other subgroups that can come to their aid, and Rhaenyra is recruiting people as well. But the thing is that she's very far away because of the location that she is. So Daemon goes on a recruiting mission to recruit more people to come to their aid for Rhaenyra's team. And during his recruitment, Daemon gets introduced to this witch lady, and she kind of makes him into somehow like the one-eyed raven a little bit, like a tiny bit, because he starts getting these visions about what's going to happen in the future that are technically nightmares, but they're still visions nonetheless. So that was an interesting plot, but I didn't need it to go on for all 8 episodes. That's my one gripe about this season, is that it's very drawn out because of, again, the pacing issue. Another subplot that could have been dealt with in a faster pace is the rivalry between Aegon and Aemon. So Aemon, he is very gung-ho. He has moxie, charisma, war tactics, war skills. He has the biggest dragon. He's been to war. He has experience. And Aegon, he's the current king, but his council isn't really respecting him because of the fact that, they don't see him as being a strong king. So they're not respecting him. All right, when it came to that, moving along in the subplot, Aegon is like, well, my council doesn't respect me. What can I do to have my council respect me more and listen to my authority when I get back home? You know what? Rhaenyra is invading our territory. I am going to go to war on my own dragon and defend my kingdom because I am the king. Which I give him props for that. But when you have no battle skill and you've been sheltered your whole life, you can't really go into battle like gung ho because you don't have experience. You don't really know how to maneuver your dragon and set up your dragon in a way where you can actually do combo moves. Think of it as a video game, left, right, punch, up, down, triangle. He doesn't have that skills. Aemon, on the other hand, has those skills. So when Rhaenyra needed a rider to go confront the people that were on her doorstep, she sent Meleys and Rhaenys because they were her only rider at the time. She wanted to go herself, but they couldn't risk losing Rhaenyra. So Rhaenys got on Meleys and she confronted the people on her doorstep. With that battle, I would say that was the best battle in this entire season. And a lot of things happened. Let's go over that. Meleys actually took down Aegon. Her dragon clawed and tore up some soldiers as well. She breathed fire and all that. But because, Sir Criston, he had a battle tactic to have Aemon there as well in the cut, concealed, even though he has the biggest dragon. I don't know how that's possible, but okay. When Aegon went into battle and didn't stand a chance against Meleys, that's when Aemon took it upon himself, like, okay, well, I'm gonna go into battle now and defeat Meleys because I have this perfect opportunity and chance to fix the whole plot. And instead he prolonged the plot. Okay. He decided to burn his brother and take down Meleys and Rhaenys, my favorite white-haired grandma throughout the whole season. She will be missed. She will be missed. Anyway, after that, being that he burned his brother, there are some consequences to that, him burning his brother. One being that, it's a little bit of a jump. His sister knows because she is kind of like a one-eyed raven as well, not just Daemon. She knows about what he did, and she can actually tell and have him be underneath treason. So, yeah, don't get on the sister's bad side. And the king is not actually dead. He goes home. He is burnt to a crisp though, like pizza oven crispy. But he is healing pretty well. His medics are able to, comfort him and get him back up on his feet by episode 8. But and then there's more subplots. I won't go over all of them because this would be too long of a video. But with Alicent, she is kind of losing control of her children. That's what I feel like she is feeling like, because for one thing, she lost Aegon. He's no longer capable of being king. And Aemon, her youngest son, he's able to be king, but he's power hungry and he doesn't care at what cost to get that power, because he even wants to put his sister in war, even though she has no experience on a dragon. Because Rhaenyra, she did an up, right, down, left, right move, and she figured out that children who have even the slightest bit of a percent of Targaryen blood, they are able to ride dragons if the dragon accepts them as a rider. So once she lost Rhaenys and Meleys, she needed more dragons. So she figured out the move and she got 2 dragons. Well, no, 3. She got 3 riders from that. And it was cool. It was very nice. It was nice to see. So, you know, Aemon's like, yeah, I need more firepower. Sister, come fight for me in the war. You'll be killed, but I need your help. All right. Last little subplot that's somewhat kind of important, but it's just family drama with this subplot is the sea snakes guys, white dreadlock guys, subplot. So he has, children that he had out of wedlock. He wasn't faithful to Rainey, so that would have been some good Young and the Restless type of drama if Rainey's was still alive and found out about these kids. That would have been really good. That would have been some good subplot, but nope. Rainey's died. But anyway, he has 2 sons. One wants to stick to the sea, and one, actually, a dragon accepts him as a rider. So that's when Rhaenyra goes over and be like, hey, come fight for me. And he's like, yes, my queen, I'll fight for you. And all that. So, he has a higher calling than being on the sea. And, I knew from a start that these were his kids. For one thing, he's the only black guy with dreadlocks. One of his sons has dreadlocks, but his are, black dreadlocks. They're not the traditional Valerian, Targaryen white. But I'm like, bro, he features you so much. And his brother, he doesn't have that and all that. But I just knew they were his kids. I knew it. But anyway, that whole thing gets underway, and the white dreadlock guy is trying to reconnect with his kids. I mean, kind of like in a way, like he's like pushing the guy with no dreadlocks to be like, hey, maybe your dragon, you can, bond with a dragon too. Why don't you, take a higher calling and do that versus being on the sea? But his son doesn't want to do that. He's like, no, the sea calls me. I love the sea. I'm gonna stay here. You deadbeat. Never came to my birthday parties. Never gave us anything. No. So I respect the kids for that, man. I respect the kids because, man, like what are they, like 24, 15, 18, and he just now came back into their lives. Terrible, absolute terrible. How could they do that to the black community right there? I mean, we're not all like that. Dang. So, but yeah, overall, it's gonna be I'm gonna get hate for this, but whatever. I'm gonna give season 2 of House of Dragon 2 out of 5 because here's what they could have done. So after episode 4, they could have went to episode 5, and that would have been a time skip, and Daemon would have already had the army. They could have just did the battle in the last, 5 to 8 episodes. In episode 8, where Rhaenys has the throne, and Daemon, betrays her, I don't know, kills her or something, and now he's taking over the throne and all that. But yeah, it was just drawn out. subplots were meh, and for a TV show called House of Dragon, for them to only have like the dragons show up in 10% of the series and 90% of the series be left to the people, the humans. I'm just I'm just appalled that, that's what the writers did this season, and the director allowed it. But yeah, so 2 out of 5 for House of Dragons season 2. Thanks for watching my first little review. I can't wait to do more of them. This was very fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.